Yes, it's everyone's favourite time of the week. It is Table Talk. Today we're joined by two special guests. We have Nancy. Nancy is a women's football journalist and she supports Arsenal. And we have James, who is probably one of the biggest Arsenal fans I know. Then we've got myself, Nancy Baker, and I am a known neutral in the women's game. So we're going to get straight into it. Today's question is, should Rachel Daly be playing up top for the Lionesses? James, I'm going to come to you first. So what do you reckon?
No, respectfully.
Nance?
I've gone, yes, take a risk, Serena.
And I've gone, no, there's a lot going on. It's really stressful. I love that we've all put a little...
It's a little caveat.
A little... Yeah, so why would you like to see her taking a risk?
I think it's really hard to ignore the form that Rachel Daly's in. Yeah. It's impossible, like she's a current joint top scorer in the WSL. And I just think that there is enough high quality defenders that you could play at the back to have the chance to play Rachel Daly up front. I would say the only thing is, obviously there's a lot of other attacking talent as well, but like if, you know, at the Euros we saw Russo work so well as like a super sub. So if Serena wanted to keep doing that, you could have Rachel Daly as a starting striker, put Russo on as a super sub, and that might be the perfect combination.
I love that you've got it all worked out, like you've gone full manager. Right, James has gone for a straight up no and then put respectfully so no one's offended.
Yeah.
Why no?
2 words, Alessia Russo. With Nancy's point about Alessia Russo being a super sub, I think at the Euro she proved that she is the player for the big occasions. Okay. Therefore she deserves a start. I don't know, I like Alessia Russo's game a bit more. I like the hold-up play. I like how she's so dominant in the air, and I think, Alessia Russo, like, she takes me to a different world. What a player. But I do like what Rachel Daly's doing. I think it's great, but I also think Serena loves her as a defender. Yeah. Like that kind of tenacity that she brings on the defensive side of things. Sometimes, like, it's her fault for being such a good defender when she plays for England.
So basically, Rachel, stop being so good at everything.
Yep.
I love that
stop
you're
being
also
versatile.
an Arsenal fan and you're just like singing the United players like praises. Like, does that pain you at all to say that? Or
it pains me when it's against Arsenal, but when it's not.
So like the other week.
Yeah. Bringing up sad times, but.
So I went for no, and I was really, really stressed. So I just let everyone know that I was really stressed. I just think there's so many elements. Like there is a lot going on. Like Rachel can play anywhere. She's literally, give or take, played everywhere. I would say no because I think she's so solid at the back and it's sort of like ritual and routine. But then it goes back to like take a risk. I just don't know if we'd have someone who would be as stable as Rach is. And she can move up. She can always move up. Like set pieces, she can move up. Like, for example, Millie will always move up. So Rach can do the same. And she's got the work rate. It's a really stressful situation. I'm going to be honest, I'm really stressed.
It's nice that Serena has that option. Like, I think I was saying after the Norway game, it's not even like the quality of, it's not even the depth of the squad. Yeah. It's the quality of all the different combinations. Like the fact that, you could have Rachel Daly as like a left back or up front, or like Williamson in defence or in midfield. The fact like Millie Bright was like Golden Boot winner at Arnold Clark Cup. Like that is, there's just so many little combos that she can use. So it's nice that I think Serena's got that.
Who would you take out to start Rach?
That's a great question.
Who would you take out?
That's a great question.
Well, I think that was the thing. You know what? I'm saying this now, and I'm like, I love Russo so much. I think that it would either be Daly start up top and Russo on the bench, and then interchanging.
So would you pull her back in like the second half, Rachel?
I'd probably take her off.
Completely take her off?
I'd probably keep my back four, because if I have a back four, I'd probably keep it the same, and I'd want to put fresh legs on if I was replacing a defender. So
Rach is literally going up top and staying up top. Like you're not going to be like, I'll put her up top for a bit and then she can draw back to where we know her naturally. Like it's literally up top or nothing.
If she's going to be there, she's going to be a striker.
Oh, out and out striker.
Well, I think during the Euros,
like Aston Villa, Rachel Daly for the Lionesses.
Aston Villa, because I think during the Euros she's left.
That's a big call.
But she used to be a right back, mainly play for England at right back. Serena moved her to left back at the Euros, but I think for some of the matches she was obviously great and the whole team was wicked and they won and stuff. But there were times when
they won and stuff. And stuff, just like, the Euros, you know.
But there were times when she was maybe the weak link in the team.
She got destroyed against Spain.
The Spain game,
a spade.
she was at fault for the goal. And if you maybe have a left back that is their natural position, maybe the squad or the style 11 is stronger as a whole.
But doesn't
so yeah.
it, I think, you have to look at who else is playing. Because
Yeah.
I feel Rachel Daly just up top, I don't think it works as well. I think it depends who's there to complement her.
Yeah.
The beauty of a lot of the Lionesses is that they play together for club teams. Like, if Russo's playing, then Toon will play. Toon does start a lot more, whereas Daly doesn't really have the attacking connections.
Yeah.
So I think it does depend who complements her. And I
Yeah.
haven't found anyone that she's got that link with.
Maybe we should get Beth England to Aston Villa to link up, and then England can get more play at the.
But then let Beth
at the
England start.
Lionesses, just
Well, yeah.
Let Beth England start.
honestly, I'm really on this Beth England train. Like, it's all directions.
Yeah, there are so many strikers, and that's it. And you don't want to take away. I guess you don't want to take away opportunity from like. I know Ebony Salmon. I guess like. You know,
Oh, that's a good one.
It's kind of like you've got younger players coming
I feel
through.
like you're backtracking on your yes. It's such a solid yes as well. It's like across the whole
I
thing
know,
with
it's
a take
massive.
a risk.
The
And
thing
now
is,
you're
I-
like, maybe not, Serena.
Yeah,
She's
I
thinking
don't.
about it.
I really don't like either way. I'd be happy. Like I don't think I'd be like, oh, Serena, you made this is a bad mistake. But I think I would like to see it just because I think it's impossible to have a season where someone scores like so many goals and is so in such good form and then just play him, like not give him a chance. I think up front, and she has been scoring for England as well. So you know, in the friendly, she's been scoring. So it's kind of really hard to ignore, I guess.
Yeah, I literally put a tweet out saying something along the lines of, if Rach scores in this game, does it give Serena food for thought, like managers food for thought? And it gives me a lot of thought. I'm just going to stick with my no, and I think we need to come for a decision as a free, because it's 2 against 1. I've never lost one of these either at the moment, just throwing it out there, no pressure. I think we need to come to the decision. I respect it. I just think she can move up the pitch and come up when she needs to in like set pieces, and she can still be that goal scorer.
Yeah.
I just like how solid it is at the back, and I think changing someone at the back is so much more of a risk than changing someone like up top.
Yeah, it's a good point. And yeah, I think as well, because the fact it doesn't have to be rigid, like you can name her as a defender in the squad, and if there's an injury, you can change your mind and have her as an attacker. And it's a good point. I really do like your point about Toon and Russo.
Yeah.
That is a tested link up that I think is very dangerous.
In England, you need duos.
Yeah.
I think that's what, like, even if you're playing Frank Kirby, you'll play Beth England because it's like they have that kind of connection. I think
relationship.
it's so important because you don't really have enough time when you're on camp. You have like maybe a week or something. So a lot of that kind of stuff is made up in the club. That's why Serena always brings like 6 United players, 6 City players, because it's like, I don't really have to teach them anything. They're coming with what they already know, sort of thing. So
Honestly, get James in the setup for the Lionesses. Look at him go.
I'll be the 5th in command. I'll do it.
So, are we going to come to a decision? Should we have to go for a final yes or no?
I'm happy to back down and say no, with the option that she could be moved up if needed.
Okay, so you're kind of saying what I've said.
Yeah, I'm with you. Nancy, stick together.
Nancy stick together. I mean, James can be like an honourable Nancy in this one. So we've decided, the question of the week was, should Rachel Daly go up top for the Lionesses? We've come to a collective no, but we're saying that Rach can push up when she wants to, because we absolutely love to see her score. Make sure you like and subscribe. This has been Table Talk, and we'll see you next week for the next one.
I think